such a great weekend. Oh my God, go fuck yourself. That was then. This is now. It's just a whole new set of rules. It's Monday. If you ain't waking up with the taste of blood in your fucking mouth like a shark 5 feet from the shore, you fucked up. You understand? Because Monday is when you go. Everybody else is like, still the weekend. You fucking go.
Bada boom, bada bang, and we back at it. Amir, take it away, baby.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome. You know what it is. It's Motivational Monday. I got my two partners in crime. I got Shawn Harvey of the Shawn Harvey Morning Show. If you're not tuning in, tune in. Catch it on Facebook and some other platforms. Dope show, incredible topics. Tune in. And to the other side of me, I got the one and only, you know, he goes by one name. It's talent. This dude does it all. He does shirts. He does.
You see what it is. You see the brand. You see the brand.
It is what it is. And then you got me in the middle. I'm the #1 talent liaison. A-Rock Sealy. I'm everywhere.
You are our #1 ambassador and articulator. You know what I mean? The awards.
Okay.
First of all, speaking of awards, let me start off with that. Happy Monday, everybody. I got an award from the president yesterday. The Lifetime Achievement Presidential Award. Yes, me. Lifetime Achievement, signed by no other than the President of the United States. I got a pen to go with that. I got a certificate. I got the whole work. So my weekend was stupid. Shout out to Shawn Harvey Morning Show. Amir, I don't know what your weekend is like, but I'm going to start it. My joint B was a blessing. First of all, it was a blessing to be on this side of the globe for a full week straight. Hadn't happened since COVID, nigga.
Wow.
To be over here a full week straight and get stuff done, still getting my work done. But yesterday, show in Harlem. Shout out to my boys that create the new concept. Caps is an animated comedy show with a live DJ. We did the live version yesterday of Comedy in Harlem with Kenny Williams, Cool Bubba Ice, Miss Jones, Mugga, a bunch of other comedians part of the thing. Boogie Black performed. So appreciate everybody coming together on that. Shout out to Caps. Comedy animation party show. And that was Sunday, but Saturday was nice, played close to home because remember we got that rain over the weekend. So that was good. And Friday. Now Saturday, it was such good vibe. Rained all day over here on the East Coast, New York, New Jersey. But I said, you know what? I had an interview. I had to go to the city and do a podcast at 2:00. The same time, I had a cousin driving up from Virginia to pick up one of the puppies. Ooh. This Negro, of course, Negroes are Negroes, messing up my schedule. So he's supposed to be at my house at 12, so I can hand off the puppy, shit shower, shave, get in the car, go to my thing. He's so late, Shawn. I got to get the puppy in a blanket, put him in the car with me to the city, and do the handoff outside the podcast. I was mad as fuck. But thank God the puppy was beautiful. It's my only boy I got. And he slept the whole ride to down the west side. No noise, no bathroom, no nothing. I was like, perfect, right? So now he lives in Virginia. God bless the dog. But right after that, I called Aldo and Rick and said, yeah, I'm going to be out of this podcast about 3:30. Lord Finesse just reminded me he got the soul thing happening at the spot in Newark, new spot in Newark. Yep. But this was March 9th, so I'm like, you know what? He's doing the Biggie tribute. I got to make it, Shawn. I get over there, bro. When I tell you, and Amir went to the one before this, the vibes were super grown and sexy. Like, I feel like when we first came up with Grown and Sexy, I feel like we oversaturated the title with everything, so you don't hear it as much. But this, if Grown and Sexy were people, this was it, bro. The vibe is so crazy. We in there, Finesse, him and DJ So Lovely. They going back and forth. They doing their thing. Then that music already one vibe or two different vibes, however you want to look at it. Then he goes into the Biggie tribute. Then to end it off, they do a slow jam battle. You know that's my forte, Amir. I get both them niggas out if I got. You understand me? Yo, so when they did that, Shawn, my edible done kicked in. You can't tell me I'm not Bobby Womack's nephew. I'm in there. I'm like, yo, I'm spaced out. I'm like, oh, this is beautiful, right? So we got out of there about 7. We were good, dude. I drank all day. So 7, it felt like 2 in the morning. It was 7:30, nigga. Came back at the nightcap at the joint, laid it down, rocked out. But my weekend started on Thursday because Thursday, Truth Lounge. First of all, if you're in Queens, New York City area, come to Truth Lounge, Merrick Boulevard every Thursday. Free comedy. Ain't no a lot of people giving you no free nothing. Free comedy, different lineup every Thursday. This Thursday pass, I ain't got no problem taking my hat off to the ladies. They kicked our ass in there. You had 4 male comics, 5 female comics. Them sisters owned that night. Kelly Kell stopped through. You know what I'm saying? Blew the roof off. Chocolate Shy was in her bag. The co-host Marcy Smiles killing it. Who else was in that joint, man? Damn, I forget all that. I had 5 women go up and do the damn thing, bro. And salute to them. I see y'all Thursday again. Whole new lineup. My man Foolish from Detroit in town this Thursday. Shawn, how was your weekend, bro?
Listen, that was great. And back to the Lord Finesse situation, who I've known Lord Finesse for 30 years. We used to coach basketball. We used to coach against each other in the basketball league in the Bronx. And the thing with Finesse, it's the afro, bro. It's the afro with him. It's the beard. It's if Grown and Sexy was a picture on the male version, it'd be Lord Finesse. Trust me. So he brings that vibe to the table. He's been doing that for years. So that was a good look. I mean, I know y'all both recently experienced y'all know Lord Finesse, y'all know his vibe, and he's just a great dude. So I've been in his presence, and it's just really like an incredible experience, especially when you talked about the slow jam battle. And just before I recap the weekend, New York King, you did once again, you did a hell of a job in Black and Gold slow jam segment when we were upstate. Amir, the King was rocking so much with the slow jam. I was grinding on a chair. I mean, I was making love to a chair. That's how dope the King was. But my weekend.
Talk about getting wood.
Yeah, right, no doubt. My weekend, again, I'm out here in PA, I'm out here in the Lehigh Valley and in the Poconos, and the resurgence of urban comedy has exploded. And it was pouring down rain in Amir Sealy, A-Rock Sealy, raining on Saturday night. We almost had to turn people away from the door. People are coming out to get their laugh on. The legendary Face Man was in the building. I had to watch him. I had to watch Face Man, because he's one of those, he'll slip into a whole nother realm, and then things go left. And he just so I'm watching him, and because it's for the betterment of the game. Sometimes you gotta watch a neighbor just for the betterment of the game, because you want the experience for the customer, for him to rock. So you got to set him up in a way. I put Face Man in a Hannibal Lecter cage and let him out when it was time to perform. As soon as he finished, put him back in his cage, put the mask on Amir Sealy, and he left. Yeah. But for Saturday night in the rain, for people to come out to get their laugh on, again, it's just something that fills a void in me that almost nothing could ever fill. And for people to come out and get their laugh on in the rain, because you think, man, nobody's coming out. The ticket was, regular ticket sales. I didn't think it was gonna, I didn't know what was gonna happen, but I knew we had at least about 5 or 10 coming. But at the last minute, they came out in the rain. We had a good time. Had an after party in the same situation. Everything was over at 10:30, 11. Everybody's home. Shout out to just comedy and folks coming out to have a good time. And that was the weekend. Blessed to comedy.
I'm going to tell you something about the rain, Shawn. I'm going to tell you something I had to learn from white counterparts. Something they always knew that we don't know because our culture is a little different. Comedy's good. I mean, rain is good for comedy shows. Like if history is proven, whenever you're up at the comedy club in a different city or town or whatever, and it's a rainy weekend, your numbers are people are gonna go because rain is just eliminated most of your competition of entertainment. And white people been through this, like, so they don't frown upon rain. They like, unless it's a stupid storm, regular rain, drives people because they just want to stay indoors. So they'll leave the indoors of their sanctuary to the indoors of wherever they're going. All that outdoor moving around stuff, too much rain. They want the simple entertainment, and we end up doing well. Amir, how was your weekend?
Weekend was absolutely stupendous, man. I had a chance to slide down to B-More, had some business stuff to take care of. Man, first and foremost, it was just to your point, the weather was crazy. So it was rainy, it was gloomy. But the time that I had in Baltimore, in Rundle Mills area, and then in DC, because we finished up the business stuff and then we moved to DC and had a karaoke bar that we went to called Gonzaga or Gonzana or something like that. When I tell y'all that was the most fun I had in such a very long time of just seeing people enjoy themselves and let loose. We slide in, the room was maybe 6 by 9. It wasn't much bigger than a cell. And we all just piled in there and they were just putting songs up on the board. And every time somebody walked in the room, they just handed the mic. All right, you up. Didn't make a difference who it was. You had to just look up on the board, start singing. So we having fun doing that. And you know your brother. I said, yo, somebody throwing that Never Too Much by Luther Vandross. So they threw it on. I'm sitting down singing, but nobody could see me. So room full of women, everything is only 2 other dudes in there. I'm killing it. And they like, yo, who was killing Luther? Because it didn't have the words. They looked over, they was like, oh, man, that's you. I was like, hey. Y'all need to know that I sing too. That's just some fun stuff we do. We ain't got nothing else better to do. But then the most classic of it all was they threw on New Edition and If It Is in Love. And you know, you got to do the steps with the If It Is in Love. So I was up at the front of the joint too. They was dying. When I say we had a ball, we just had an absolute ball. And then the second best part was we left the room because we only had it for a certain time. We moved into General Pop. So they threw on, to your point, T, they threw on Biggie. And they threw on like Big Papa or something. So I got the fedora on, I'm chilling in there, and I'm just rapping just in General Pop. I ain't thinking nothing. All of a sudden, the mic comes to me, and he's like, yo, take it away, OG. I swear to God. It's like, take it away, OG. So now I'm tearing it up and doing it. All the young people in there looking at me, I'm like, y'all don't know. Then I was thinking to myself, I was like, different generation. They don't really know this. I was like, it's sad that y'all don't know the classics. So I'm in there like, this is wild to me that it's a whole 2 generations that really don't know Big Papa and all that stuff. So we had a good time. Then they was all like, yo, you was really killing. I said, I'm from New York. Y'all in DC, but I'm a New Yorker. This is everything to us. I don't know what y'all used to. But to your point, T, when we was leaving, it was crazy because the young folks were starting to come in. So it was wild to see all the young African-American kids in there, but then it was the slow white kids coming in. So I was like, I really wanted to stay because I was like, this is probably going to get real interesting watching those 2 dynamics, but I had to go, got out of there, came back on a late train last night from the Baltimore area, got in, I'm up, I'm ready today, let's do this.
Let me tell you what's funny. You mentioned the whole generation thing, right? Which was funny because when Lord went into his Biggie tribute,
right,
he was even though we all in there grown, all middle age, 40, 50, 60, he was just educating us because Lord took it a deeper way. Lord took it to the original artists who made the original beats that they were sampled from and put on, man, and he took you through that journey. And then sometimes he flipped the lyrics, the acapellas. When I tell you, bro, he had all them sexy ass, grown ass ladies with pensions and 401ks get up on that floor. I could smell the benefit. You know, I could smell the benefit. I could tell who had been. But he just took it that way and did what he thinks. So salute to Lord Finesse. There's something they're going to do once a month. I will definitely, whenever I'm in town, and it fall on that day, Amir, we are definitely in the building. So let's get it popping. Once again, welcome. Motivation Monday, Amir, talent, Shawn Harvey from the Shawn Harvey Morning Show. We're going to get right to it. We were supposed to have a guest today, guys. We rescheduling her for next Monday. Amber James, comedian / entrepreneur / proprietor. Amber James, Shawn, you know her. She's worked with us. She's out of Indianapolis, Indiana, home of Mike Epps. But very funny lady. She's been in constant contact. We've been putting on shows as much as we can. She'll be back this way, I believe, in a month or 2, doing the stress and all that again. But we had a conversation which sprung the direction I want the show to go into. So instead of, because she can't make it this week, we're going to do a little change up. We're going to touch on it, but we're going to come back and revisit this part of the show and we'll do it with her here because I want her to shout her business out because it makes all the points of what I want to make in that topic. But before we jump to that, shout out to the Oscars was on last night. For everybody to give a fuck. If you give a fuck, the Oscars was on, and the number one winner was Oppenheimer with that's 7 awards, I believe, and they got the big ones. They got the best actor, best picture, director, supporting actor, the score, the cinematography, and editing. Those 7. They got 7 awards. They racked up with 7. Poor Things, the movie, I was just watching it before I paused it before I came on here. So I'm at the very beginning of that. Walked away with 4 awards, and I'm just happy to see original adapted screenplay was won by American Fiction with our good friend Jeffrey Wright, super actor Jeffrey Wright. I implore everybody who loves history, who are into. If you remember Hollywood Shuffle, this is like an updated version for the writers out there. It's like Hollywood Shuffle was about the actors, that era where we want an Eddie Murphy type. We want somebody to they always typers. We're looking for the next Martin type, the next Eddie type, the next Will Smith type. So this is like that for writers. And Issa Rae's in it, is well casted, but it's stupid dope movie. Every black person should fucking see it because you'll understand what it's doing with that. So shout out to the Oscars. That happened last night. Now, number one thing I wanted to talk about, what we'll talk about next week, we'll touch on it a little bit, is y'all hear me say this all the time. I wanted to push on people and remind people on this Motivation Monday that you're more than one thing. I say it all the time. I tell people all the time. I try to remind them because, believe it or not, and especially in our community and our culture, we will get so fixated on one thing and being one thing or doing one thing that, to me, if you don't tap into whatever other things you're capable of doing that can kind of make you happy or put you in a good state of mind and a state of peace, then you are pushing yourself. You are playing against the odds of pushing yourself into either a Great Depression or a high stress level. I'm going to say that again. If you don't expound and expand whatever it is you do in life and you clam it all into one thing, that expression, don't put all your eggs in one basket. That came from something. I keep telling people these expressions that just come off the back of a cereal box. So motherfuckers bump their head a certain amount of times, but they say, we need an expression for this. And this expression is don't put it all in one basket. A lot of us in our community tend to do this. This is but this is one of the top 5 good things that I could visibly see came from COVID. COVID shut the world down. And when it shut the world down, and then the PPP money and all these different help stimuluses and stuff came out, people let go. They shed a lot of their fears, their personal fears. And they started to pay attention. A lot of people dove into their hidden desires and dreams. Look at social media alone. You pick it up now, motherfuckers you knew for 20 years, all of a sudden, hi, welcome to the show. Who the fuck? Who are you?
Yes.
That's my nurse.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's my dog walker. But everybody's been doing these things, whether it's using their own hands to build stuff. I know people that jumped into the catering business. I know the party planning business, the design business. You know what I mean? Things that they've been thinking about their whole life but never did. Shout out to our friend Tina Booker. Finally got the first installment of her books out. She's been thinking about this. I'm gonna do it. COVID came and it shut shit down. It boistered uncertainty in the community, and motherfuckers started saying fuck it. Like I always joke, it's the end of the world. So motherfuckers started saying, you know what, I'm not going back to work. I'm gonna do this thing real quick. You know what I mean? No matter what that thing was. So that's what she's going to be a guest on and help us with that. Now, speaking of depression and stress, you know what another thing can help? Feel me on this, guys. People stop lying. Remember that song was out? Why the fuck you lying? Stop lying. Stop. You will be surprised how much happier you will be, how much peace you can find if you live an up above, board lifestyle. I mean, like, my biggest pet peeve is I understand lying, and I try to limit my lies to shit that help people from getting hurt or something to them. Like, I'll lie to save you niggas' lives. I'll straight up lie right now. If a nigga come on here, just jump in this podcast. Is that Shawn Harvey? We got a warrant for his arrest. Last Tuesday, I'll be like, he was with us. Thanks, nigga. But those type of lies I do. A lot of people lie when they don't have to lie. I got a beef with Ricky Smiley right now because, nigga, you lying on some shit that didn't mean nothing. I wrote a joke, and you're gonna go on a live interview with Monique and say you wrote the joke. You're gonna get nothing from that, bro. You didn't write it, first of all. Secondly, this was a lie that didn't need to be there at all. You understand what I'm saying? So I bring that up because I don't know if you guys followed the State of the Union the other day. At the end of the State of the Union, they let the Republican or whoever the other party is come on and do what they call a rebuttal response. The senator from Alabama, Katie Britt, comes on. Now, I don't know if you've seen this shit. She's getting backlash now because she told this human trafficking story. She took this, it was a real lady who she mentioned, but she had no permission to use it. She took it, ran for political purposes. Now, the problem is you're getting the backlash. It's not the problem that you told the lady's story. You twisted it to make it seem like, because you're going against Biden, to make it seem like it happened here in the United States. Did not even happen in this country, bro. The lady seen this shit, comes out, hits all the news channels up like, yeah, that's bullshit. I told her, years ago, I met her lady and told her it happened over there. Da, da, da. She twisted to look a certain way, had the cry face, the voice, and like she's crying and everything. And the lady came out to say, yo, you're fucking lying. Stop lying. There's no need to lie. Let me tell you, before I pass the mic, you know why I try not to lie? Because lying takes a lot of work. I barely got time to finish all the work I got. When you lie, Shawn, you gotta keep lying to keep this up. Now you're gonna laugh. This story just happened a week ago. It goes back 6-7 years, right? Chinese restaurant my favorite Chinese restaurant here in Mount Vernon. The guy used to give me all my food, deliver my food, right? So it's 2 doors down from my barbershop. So he sees me all the time, every week. So I had the caddy at the time, 7 years ago, 8 years, whatever. And I had somebody gave me a police thing to put in the window. So it stayed up in the dashboard in the window. The guy keep walking by, you see the car, you see me getting in and out the car. So one day, his English ain't that great. So he starts to talk to me. I'm like, fuck, I gotta figure this shit out. They pointing and shit. I'm like, what is he trying to ask me? So when I figure it out, Amir, the man is trying to ask me, am I a cop? Because the thing in the window. Now, because I'm too lazy to continue this conversation, I just want this shit to go away. I fucking lied. I said, yes, I'm a cop, right? Thinking it'll end right there. It didn't end right there. The dude goes, now he's like, you have you have the, he's asking for the PBA cards. Now, it just so happens, coincidentally, I got 2 cop friends and I get them every year. I get the detective one and state trooper one. So I keep them in my wallet. So I'm like, playing something. I'm trying to finish my lie. There you go. Oh, good. So this shit every year, this motherfucker. For 3 years after that, you had to, boom. COVID hit, right? So COVID hit. The nigga no longer delivers Chinese food. So I don't see this nigga for 4 years, 5 years. Right. 4 years exactly. I don't see him. So I call, he's like, oh, my friend, we don't deliver. Da, da, da. So now I'm ordering from less desired places, right? So now I'm at the barbershop last week. I ain't been in that motherfucker. I said to myself, you know what, T? You should get some Chinese food, take it home with you because they don't deliver. I go in there, I order, before I can get the order in short, this nigga go, yo, my friend, where you been? I don't see it, da, da, da. I'm like, what this nigga said. So the nigga, he talking and he's something the job and, he's trying to say something about the police. It hits me. Oh, shit. I told this nigga I'm a cop. Yeah. So I go, what? You know, around no more. Like, do this shit, like drive a police car. They come around more. What do? I gotta keep this liar. I go, nah, I'm upstate. I'm a state trooper, man. Bro, I had a whole thing. I signed up for a 2-year state trooper program. They got me in Buffalo. I got 6-7 months still on that. I come down sometimes this weekend because my family's still here. This whole fucking lie, bro. I felt like shit on the way home. I'm walking these 4 blocks home like, I said, see, that's why I'm fucking lying, man, because ain't no way I'm about to lie right there. And then some big Chinese Ginsu shits or something. I don't know. But anyway, do you understand what I'm saying about lying, Amir?
Yeah. No, you know, it's so funny, and you make a very compelling point when you say, a lot of times it just, excuse me, doesn't make sense to lie. But I think what happens with people is they find themselves in moments where they think that they don't know how to just be honest and be themselves in the moment. That's so much more compelling.
Yeah.
And it actually works out to be so much better, just generally speaking, because to your point, if and when you lie, one, you got to keep it up. You got to try to remember, whatever it is you said. And then you have to technically sometimes, like you said, put in other things to kind of, make the lie be believable. So you go from being a regular dude to Mission Impossible in 2.2 seconds. So now,
look at me, I'm a state trooper.
Okay, so you go through all of that stuff, but I think you're right, man. We just, I think what it is too is panic. Like there's a lot of times that people just panic. I'm panicking. Oh shoot, what do I do? So in the middle of a panic, you just blurt the first thing out of your mind and just hope that the person really wasn't listening. The sad thing is, usually that's when they're listening the hardest. And they remember everything verbatim. They come back and say, no, you said this, and then it was that, and the third thing you said was, and you'd be like, wait, I didn't think that you were paying attention. I thought I was just gonna.
That's Murphy's Law. Murphy's Law.
So
you do that.
yeah, so you really do have to be mindful of that. Now the only other thing that I could think of where you might have to lie is if you have anybody in your circle or on your team who that's already their game. They already gonna come to you with a lie. Like I remember growing up, I had this one cat that I grew up with, my man Kelvin, and this is still one of the greatest lies ever. We were outside playing and we were, headed upstairs in the elevator and everything. And he said to me, yo, man, before you come upstairs to the house, man, I just want you to know my father had brain surgery. So, he's not looking like himself, blah, 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 blah. It's a true story. So I'm in the elevator like, damn, I don't know what I'm going to say. Once I get in there and see Mr. Pooler, his dad like everybody else's dad. Man, I get in the house, Pop's got his feet kicked up on the coffee table. He watching TV, chilling. I'm like, why did you lie and say your Pops had brain surgery? He's sitting in here normal as hell. His Pop's like, hey, how you doing, son? I'm like, oh, okay, Mr. Pooler. I'm like, just like what? So you hate those, but I'm gonna defer my time over to Shawn because that's always like, huh?
Thanks for LT. Thanks for bringing this up. And Amir, silly, that's funny as hell. I'm over here laughing about that. But you got a state trooper and a dude who father had brain surgery that's sitting on the couch. I'll be honest with you. Back in the day, I used to be proud of my lies. I told some doozies, man, and walking away like this. This is really incredible lie. But Amir, you're absolutely right again. The problem with lying is I can't remember the lies no more. I can't remember if I lie and you come back to me 2 weeks later. I'm like, what you talk about? And that's the thing that kind of gets me away from the lie. Of course, if I'm under pressure, yeah, I might throw one in there. If I'm saving my friend's ass, I'll throw one in there. It's fine. But I think that it's now, especially if you don't have to lie, it's a form of people pleasing. I think Sometimes you gotta lie to somebody. Sometimes some people just can't handle the truth. Yeah, but it's a form, and I'm guilty of it. It's a form of people pleasing. It's sometimes you don't want to deal with the situation. You talked about fear, or you talk about panic. That's absolutely right as well. You might panic right there. You tell a lie. But I think that's what it is. Well, it's just the form of people pleasing. Listen, for me, I'm a terrible liar. I used to have that lie stone face back in the day in the 80s, and I lied through 1986 to 1992 was a lie. I can't. It's hard for me to lie. I mean, we all got lying skills. I mean, I'm speaking for all of us, but I keep it on myself. We all have lying skills. We do, but it's hard for me to remember the lies, and I try my best to stay away from it. You're right. You feel New York King. You're right. You feel better when you don't lie. You feel. It's very surprising that when you tell the truth, it actually works out for you in comparison to, let me lie my way out of it. So, yes, lying, form of people pleasing. Have I done it? Guilty of it. I was a better liar back in the day than I am now. You're right.
Talk about better liars. Here's part of being a better liar. The whack liars, they include characters in the lie. But they don't tell the characters. You have to tell, if you're gonna have people in the lie, right? It's usually dudes. Girl, you know that whole joke I got. That whole
yeah.
So they usually include it, but dudes are sloppy. So that's what I've learned. I said, T, if you're gonna lie, I'm gonna fuck. And it's including other characters or they're around me, let them know, because I don't need bullshit. You feel what I'm saying? Like the funny shit, like my son's mother yesterday, shout out to Kim, Talon's mother turned 60, right?
Right.
So we had the big dinner, birthday dinner in the city, Smith's restaurant and shit at the Smith. And so she's like, I told her beforehand, I said, hey man, as a birthday gesture, because they live way in Long Island. So you come into the city, I know you want to drink and whatever. Do you need me to get you a hotel room in the city so you ain't got to worry about that? So yeah, that'd be cool. That'd be cool. Now this shit go from me doing a gesture to plotting and planning to fuck me, right? So I'm like, okay, why not? I'm in my mind, I think I'm gonna go ahead with this, right? Now, when they get up on it a few days before and I go back and confirm, now the bitch she got this lie that she going to use. So I'm like, how we gonna do this? Oh no. Listen. So I'm riding out there with my girlfriends. And as far as they're concerned, I'm staying at my son Donnell's house. But really, I'm gonna go with you. Town. So now I feel like a chick because I'm offended, right? The bitch. I'm 50 years old. I don't creep. Right. You can't tell me to duck down or hide around the corner. I'm a grown fucking man.
Right.
And that shit we used to do, just go around and duck down. I'm not doing that. So now I'm offended. Now, here's the funny shit, Shawn. That's what I mean by you got to tell the people involved in the lie. You telling me to lie, but you forget to tell Donnell. So soon as they coming, the friends are calling Donnell. Yo, why your mother staying at your house? Donnell has no clue about this. So like, she's not staying with me. No, she said, the son is like, why would my mother stay in my house? She has her own house. They like, but yo. So when she comes in, she whispered to me, yo, I fucked up. I didn't get to Donnell in time. They asking mad questions from me, right? So I said, listen, this ain't gonna happen tonight. I said, first of all, you're gonna treat me with the hide around the corner. Like, I'm not that guy. I'm offended right there, right? Secondly, we'll do it on a separate night. Nobody rushing around. Maybe we'll go to a movie, a dinner, whatever the fuck. Like we both fucking single adults and shit, and we got a kid. And who the fuck? That's the thing about me. Like why are you fucking hiding me, bitch? Like you gonna get in trouble. Don't fucking hide me. Y'all felt like a bitch. I felt. Now I know how business feel when we going out the corner. No.
Oh, that is hilarious. Oh,
Yo,
that's
that's
to my
funny
point,
as hell.
But to my point, we lie. It's hard because it takes too much energy to keep up said lie. So this could become very stressful, depending on this lie and who's involved and the fucking the fucking level you're playing at. And or sometimes you could lie, right? And the repercussions of the lie or the outcome, the consequence leaves you in a fucked up place. So if the consequence leaves you in a fucked up place or environment, immediate depression.
Yeah.
And when you look back at your choices, you go, I put myself in this fucked up position because if I didn't lie, I might not have got XYZ, but at least I wouldn't be in this position.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? So I feel like when I look at those are the two things that hinder everything we do. Two things that'll shut down everything you do, no matter how much money you got, no matter how positive, no matter the opportunities, depression and stress. We got people amongst us, bro, that look perfectly normal. They're backwards.
Yeah.
We got people are getting strokes and heart attacks.
Yes.
At the youngest age we've seen ever in the history of living.
Yeah.
Motherfuckers out here in their 30s dropping down.
Yeah. I agree.
If it ain't heart disease, it's heart attack. If it ain't heart attack, it's fucking stroke. It's all of these ailments that we used to see our elders get. We were kids and they were 50, 60, 70 years old. It's happening younger now. You could dumb down 20, 30 years and young boys is having fucking massive heart attacks and stroke, Bell palsy, all that shit's kicking in. So if we can cut down, that's what I'm saying. We always talk on this show about doing a personal inventories. The biggest person you can lie to is yourself.
Yes.
Do a self check. See with yourself the last time. When was the last time I lied? I lied. It was that. It was last week. It was a show, right? Oh, you know what it was? When I did the Raid 275 Park, right?
Yeah.
The pop-up show, last pop-up show. So I just put it up there. It's just me, pop-up show. So you don't know who's gonna hit the stage. So I'm getting calls. Yo, coming through. That's what's up. Mind if I come through? Yo, no problem. So the first 4, I shut it down. Okay, I got 4, shut it down because Tony Woods is coming. I wanted him to have some time, be comfortable, and get the time he want. One of the calls is from Marcus Banks. My little nephew, right? This little nigga. I don't know what. Hey, come get some tape. I see you over there. No problem. Thank you. So now it went from stage time to the next text. Hey, paying some money for that? I said, nigga, you called me.
Right.
If I was paying money, I'd call you. You call me for stage time, right? So I'm like, I said, hey, go to bullshit. LOL. I just fucking with you. I had to try, right? So now he waits the day up, maybe 3 hours before the show. Maybe, I think like 3, 4 in the afternoon. Shows at 7, 8. This motherfucker hits me and go, yo, you mind if I ride out there with you? Here come the lie, right? Because I'm like this type of shit. So here come the lie. I'm already in Brooklyn. First of all, to my defense, I don't drive no more. So you asking to ride with me is asking to ride with who I'm riding with. That's a violation, right?
Yeah.
But here's the thing. As soon as I got in that car and started heading out there, I said, oh, by the way, fellas, because I know you two niggas are with me, I lied to Marcus Banks. So if he pull any of you niggas aside in the van, where y'all coming from? We was already. They were like, oh, okay. And then we went to talking about what we're talking about. But a lot of people don't include the characters that's in the line or around the line. You got to have backup because niggas like that, they always do that. Like niggas are like women, so they over-inquire or over-investigate. You tell a nigga, nah, I had to borrow $100 from Shawn Harvey. I ain't got it. Nigga will go to Shawn Hunter.
Yeah.
Yo, you had the long T Hunter, huh? He be like, what? I ain't long T no money. That nigga told me.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. I totally agree. If you're going to tell the lie and you have other people participating in it, give them fair warning if you're gonna do that. That's why women are so great at it. Women, they get their whole team together. Everybody knows the lie. It's right on point. They do it with a straight face. We wind up confused. We don't know. We don't believe anything. But that's how it is. It's well thought out and it's well planned. And shout out to the women out there. There are women at this moment that are together right now, banging out that lie for this knucklehead to believe. I get it. We don't have the time to lie. I mean, we lie, and then it's a delayed reaction, and we got to get to the other people to cover the lie. But again, you're right. It stems from, if you lie all the time and your life is disrupted, it does lead to a physical reaction, such as a stroke. You're right. Depression. There are people. I got a cousin of mine. We threw this dude out the family. Like, this dude is 60-something years old. He was an astronaut. He used to be down with NWA, the rap group. I said, nigga, we know who NWA is. You wasn't in the group. The nigga was a nurse, a lawyer. Yo, we threw him out. You lied too much. We just
Hold on.
Married 5 times. This is a lot. So you got the pathologicals, which is a whole nother level.
Yeah,
you got the pathologicals that you have to remove out of your life.
But we're not talking about those people. You know why? Because they have mastered the art. They're the pathological liar is fine. He don't lose no sleep at night. This is what the fuck you do. I know pathological liars. They don't lose it. Regular people, it worries us because we're like, why did I lie? We worry. We weigh the balances. The pathological, that's like the kleptomaniac. You think they're scared to steal? They lose 0 sleep at night. The kleptomaniacs, they steal all the time. It's me that's gonna pee in my pants in the bed and have a bad dream because I don't steal on the regular. The klepto, this is what he do. So the pathological nigga, that's why they call it pathological, because he got a clear path to the lie. Right. So here's my thing. It's like there's medical studies, and there's no bullshit, that show that links the turmoil, the stressful turmoil inside of people that builds up with big fabricated stories and shit they told their family, all type of shit. I mean, from young kids that got kicked out of college but never let the family know. Shit like that. You know what I mean? That there's medical studies that show that these things create ulcers, in some situations, hemorrhoids, like, because all these things are fissures and built up wounds and sores that come from stress. Stress chemically moves shit in your body. The opposite way it's supposed to go. It's like taking a brush. You know the grain of your hair. You ever take a brush and go against the grain and look how fucking porcupine you look?
Yes.
Because that's what a lie is doing it to you, because you're going against a natural grain. That's why the polygraph was invented, because all a polygraph is, it goes off of your body reacting to the question, because your mind knows the truth. So when I ask you a question and you know you're going to lie, if you ain't pathological, like I said, your body does something, give a signal off that does something in that detector. Oh, he just drunk. His body twitched, the nerve did this, or that the heart rate did this, or whatever. So it's medical studies that links this to what I'm saying. What I'm saying is not far-fetched and some shit we just made up and said, hey, what if this is medically, linked and approved on some of these things. And now what I'm seeing now is that lies always been here. You wouldn't have 150 religions if they had it, right? You wouldn't have corrupt governments overthrowing and coups and mutinies and all that if it didn't. Lies have always been here. My thing is this: take it a step deeper. If you know you're lying, then you're lying to yourself that you're not lying. That's the worst lie you could ever tell.
Yeah.
At least when you go home and close the door, talk to yourself and go,
Yeah.
man, I feel bad, but I had to lie to that nigga. At least acknowledge that.
Yeah.
Some
Yes.
niggas lie so good, Shawn, they believe a lie. Ain't no different than niggas. You see all this shit out here with niggas talking about who stole who joke. Nah, who still that? Oh, nigga, you lying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you're cool. You done stole a joke and been doing it so long, you forgot you stole it.
And
Yeah.
you know something that you brought up. I think that's a something that we have to do a better job of too. Like you said, people sometimes fabricate something to have validity in their own mind. You know what I mean? So like you said, even though you stole it, you can remember when you heard it, when the person said it, the whole nine. But again, you've been saying it for so long or doing it for so long that now you're trying to take hold of it, and you're giving specifics to validate your lie and to validate your stance, when clearly you could look and go, first of all, I was there. Second of all, this is what it is. Why put us through any of those challenges when you and I both know that literally this is what it is? It's no knock to anybody. I think we to the point that both you gentlemen are making, we have to do a better job of, first and foremost, as you said, taking stock of self, but then listening. Like, you say things to yourself, whatever that may be, and then saying to yourself, is this uplifting? Is this doing anything to further, what it is I'm trying to do? And if so, am I going about this the right way? Not just do stuff arbitrarily so that you can say you did it or so that you could take credit for it. Social media in a real way, unfortunately, has done that as well. It's given ground or foundation for people to be able to do things that they know they've seen someplace else or heard someplace else.
Right.
Supposedly take it on as their own, and then we don't do the proper thing that we should do by saying, you know what, I was watching the Shawn Harvey morning show the other morning, and he said A, B, C, and D, and it just resonated with me. So it's something that I'm, now also, saying or sharing because of, where I got that from. Or talent, I was watching him do, A, B, C, and D, and he said something that, oh my God, that just stuck with me. And I'm letting y'all know that that's where I got it from, whatever. So that this way we don't have to go back and tell people or share with people, I know that that's a lie. And I can tell you how and why it is based off of these, things. And I think that we've gotten to a space and a place where people just feel comfortable with thinking to themselves that they may or may not be challenged in those areas anymore. Whereas before, we challenged you right on the spot when, you were young and somebody was like, yo, you lying. Come on, son.
Yeah. Right.
So we don't have that
let's
anymore.
Go. Shawn, biggest lie you ever. We're going to close the show out on these lies. And stop lying, people. Biggest lie, Shawn, you can bring up and remember. You did it, somebody else did it, don't matter.
I got a bunch of them, but I know I got cold busted by this two chicks. I was on Spanish Harlem. I was on 119th Street, said wherever. Smashed one chick. I was smashing the other, and everybody confronted each other. And I'll go with Amir silly, which was true. I panicked, and I denied the fact that not only did I smash this chick, I barely knew her. It was a horrific situation. It was a bad lie. She was like bringing up evidence of here go his phone number. Here's what we're doing. And I'm still like, no, I don't know this bitch. Like, that was a bad lie. When that at that moment of me and A-Rock silly, I could have been like, yeah, you know what? This is terrible. This is what I did. But those are one of the bad lies I've told that's coming right at the top of my head. And that was horrific. And the two young ladies got into a fight. It was a family it was a mess because that's another thing with these lies. It affects everybody, the families, the babies, the kids. I had a kid by this chick. I'm lying. It was crazy out there. Those were one of those big lies that I've told in front of two women. I did not.
Alfreda said, comedian Shawn Harvey, we all have our share of little white lies too, right? That ain't no little white lie.
No, that wasn't a white lie.
That nigga started the Hatfields and McCoys.
Yeah.
You know, a little white lie. Amir, can you think of one big one?
Okay, so mine was really horrible because, and you know when you got to scratch
Yo,
your
that
head like
nigga
you said.
said, okay, well,
Okay, so mine was really terrible. To Shawn's, not to rival Shawn's, but it involved two women. I was in the crib, and I already had a young lady here. Another young lady that I was dealing with pulled up. She's outside. Amir, I know you in there. I'm doing the curtain thing. I'm not in here. I don't know what you're talking about. Blah, 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 blah. The young lady slept in her car. She was not leaving. She slept in her car outside the house. Y'all got to come out sometime, sooner or later. The next morning, I'm trying to creep Shorty out. She jumps out of the car. I'm gonna kill both of y'all. I was done. You're right. I'm wrong here. There was nothing to come back from. There was nothing to say to save face. It was messy. It was messy.
How awkward and uncomfortable is it when we get caught and said lie, right?
Yeah.
What I'm infamous for, I would take blame for this. I don't have a lot of the cheating shit because I'm scared of that shit, so I kind of keep my shit 90% above board I can. But what I am good at lying for is like, if you fucking annoying to me, and like you just fucking drive me crazy in an obnoxious way, I will lie about my whereabouts.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to take, because you'll come, and who the fuck? Why would I want my day to be fucked up, or my night, or whatever, my drinks or whatever? So I remember this nigga was my man's, but we got to a point where like, yo, bro, I can't drink with you no more, fam. Like, I get drink and get happy. This nigga drinking, we trying to figure who we gonna fuck up. Like, shit don't matter. My energy and your energy. So I made a conscious decision, Shawn. When I drink now, don't call that nigga.
Right.
We'll talk about it before the fact or after the fact, or when I'm on the road, no problem. On the phone all day. You can't bother me on the phone. But in person, your energy don't match my energy. So I was tired, nigga. I just got back from off the road 4 days straight. I'm like, I need to drink, right? Nigga, I've been drinking, phone ringing. You see, is this nigga? I said, let me step out real quick. So I step out the part where you can hear the background and know I'm out somewhere like a bar. Right. So I step into the thing around the corner, little men's room. It's quiet as fuck. What up, fam? It's like, yo, nigga, you back yet? What's good, baby? Get these drinks. I'm gonna take you out and up. I said, like. The easy thing to do is just go, hey, man, well, shit, I'm at the bar now. Come buy these drinks. But I said, I can't. I'm tired. I just come off the road, nigga. I just need peace and good music. I said, nigga, I ain't even back yet. He said, but you was coming back today. I said, I'm stuck in the fucking airport in LAX, man. He was like, oh, it's crazy. So tomorrow then? I said, yeah, tomorrow. Hang up. I go back in the bar, nigga. Sit down. I'm on drink number 2. I feel somebody right here. I can feel the heat. I do one of these shits to turn. This nigga's just standing over me, man, like without the words, I can hear it. I can hear this nigga looking at me like, you lousy, lying son of a fucking bitch.
Oh my God.
I just hung the phone up 25 minutes ago. LAX. Yo, man, all I could, you gotta see how long the stare was going. I was like, and I think it was disgusted, and I'm drunk. So the only thing you can do at that point, you gotta fall back in goofy comedian recovery. So I gotta use who I am. Fucking with you, nigga. You so damn stupid, boy. I was gonna call you back. And nigga's like, just shaking his hand. I know, get this drink, man. Get all these. But like for 9.2 minutes, you feel the fucking heat. That's what I'm fucking looking at. Man. I told you that nigga had the disgust of a lifetime. That nigga had the. This was like the fucking. I'm sure this is how they looking Paul Revere.
Yo, hilarious. That's funny. That's hilarious.
Nigga, you a double agent. That nigga said, and I looked at him and said, "Oh, yo." That nigga said, "Hell, like that." I fuck with you, man. These drinks, bro. This nigga showed up at the fucking bar. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, that's Motivation Monday. We appreciate each and every one of you chiming in and joining. We hope we help somebody. Do not miss next Monday when we come back and dig even deeper into valuing more than one thing about each and every individual. Our guest will be Amber James on here, comedian, entrepreneur, proprietor of her own boutique, and we're going to dive into that. And she's going to bring some clarity next week to this bullshit females walking around talking about love language.
Okay.
What's your love?
Very good.
What's your love language? Bitch, you crazy? English. So anyway, apparently it's 5 love languages, and we're going to educate the guys what the girls already know with none other than a female comedian, Amber James, next Monday. Again, shout out to the winners, Academy Awards last night, Oppenheimer, which if you haven't seen it, watch it. It's deep. It's about the atomic bomb and all that shit and what came with it. And America's a trip, man. So you got to see that movie. American, what is it? American Fiction. If you haven't seen it with Jeffrey Wright, see that movie. They walked away with adapted screenplay and Poor Things, which I am watching, and I'll have a review for that as well next Monday for Academy Awards. This is Amir Sealy, A-Rock Sealy in the building. This is Shawn Harvey from the Shawn Harvey Morning Show, and I'm your boy, Mr. It's Just Comedy, Talent, Motivation Monday. Peace to all y'all. We love you. Nothing you can do about it. Peace, my kings.
Peace.
So.